In the fall of 2018, Ryan Matthews, a 24-year-old from a small town near Lexington, Kentucky, had just landed a job as a bus safety marshal with the city's public transit authority in Chicago. Excited but nervous, Ryan had moved into a modest shared apartment in the suburban stretch of Cicero Avenue, unaware that his life was about to spiral into a terrifying descent no doctor could explain. One afternoon, while patrolling a bus route through Southside Chicago, Ryan felt a splitting pain erupt in his skull. It came suddenly, as if a hammer had struck him from the inside. Sweating and dizzy, he somehow managed to complete his shift and stumble home, where his roommates rubbed his head with balm and rushed him to a nearby urgent care. The pain dulled for a few days, just long enough to convince him it was stress. But it came back, and this time, it didn't leave. The migraines returned with a vengeance, more brutal than before. Along with them came a deep, searing burn in his chest, as if he had swallowed fire. The simplest meals, like boiled rice or bland soup, made him feel like his insides were melting. Ryan stopped eating. He stopped sleeping. And he started to whisper to himself. His family, deeply religious and rooted in spiritual traditions, flew in from Kentucky. Seeing his condition worsen, they took him to a local faith healer, a man known as Reverend Saul, who operated out of an old abandoned church at the edge of the city. The place reeked of incense and forgotten prayers. There, during a cleansing ritual, Reverend Saul asked the presence inside Ryan to reveal itself. That's when Ryan changed. He dropped to his knees, hands flat on the cracked wooden floor. His head jerked violently, over and over, toward the ceremonial fire pit at the altar. His body twisted unnaturally, his fingers clenching until his nails tore skin. Witnesses said it was like watching lightning pass through flesh. And Ryan was not there anymore. For nearly 3 hours, Ryan convulsed and moved, as if guided by some unseen strings. Then suddenly, he froze, face blank, and raised one trembling hand toward Reverend Saul. What followed was a hoarse whisper, not from Ryan's lips, but from deep inside his throat. "I cannot speak. My tongue is gone. I followed him home last month. His scent drew me in, and now he is mine." The air grew cold. Even the fire dimmed. Reverend Saul smeared sacred ash on Ryan's forehead and instructed the family to bring him back every day for 20 days, promising that he could expel the spirit for $5,000 per session. They agreed. The Matthews family borrowed money, sold heirlooms, drained savings. But after 20 days and over $100,000 in debt, Ryan was worse than ever. Now the fits were daily. His eyes would roll back, his muscles would seize, and his voice, once kind and quiet, would erupt in guttural roars that terrified neighbors. Panicked, his parents took him back to Kentucky to a powerful exorcist known only as Father Elridge. Their first meeting didn't go well. The moment Ryan stepped from the car, he lunged at the priest, throwing him to the ground with inhuman strength. When Father Elridge approached again, Ryan struck him in the chest with such force that the old man flew back several feet. But Father Elridge persisted, working with Ryan for a full month. At the end of it, he declared the entity banished. Relief returned. Slowly, Ryan smiled again. He even got married in a quiet backyard ceremony. But the silence was temporary. Only days into his marriage, the silent demon returned. Stronger, smarter, meaner. And this time, it didn't hide. One day, while at the Cook County Courthouse with friends, Ryan suddenly felt overwhelmed by a familiar sensation. The throb behind his eyes, the fire in his chest, the creeping whispers in his ears. Scared he'd lose control in front of everyone, he slipped away to the building's rooftop. That's when the demon began to push. He called his best friend in panic, muttering, "He's trying to jump. He wants me to jump." Sorry for the interruption. If you're still watching, please hit that subscribe button below. So, let's continue the video. Moments later, his friend found Ryan perched on the rooftop's edge, legs dangling over 4 stories of concrete, his body swaying, his feet kicking like a child enjoying a swing. His friend lunged just in time, pulling him back to safety. After that, everything spiraled. Ryan's demon was triggered by scents, perfume, cologne, even soap. Once, his younger sister visited wearing a new fragrance. Though the bottle was sealed and buried deep inside her bag, Ryan smelled it instantly. Within seconds, he screamed, howled, and thrashed so violently that neighbors called 911. In time, he began craving things he once hated: cigarette smoke, unclean places, the stench of decay. If someone near him hadn't showered, the demon would boil over in rage. Once, Ryan's uncle sat beside him without bathing, and Ryan struck him in the back, hard enough to bruise his spine. Desperate, the family searched once more. That's when someone recommended a woman healer in Ohio, known for curing those who were haunted. She lived in a modest trailer, but had an uncanny success rate. With no other option, they took Ryan to her, just twice. That was 7 months ago. Today, Ryan lives in peace. The scents come and go. The cigarettes still burn nearby, but the silent demon never returned. And yet, sometimes at night, when it's quiet, Ryan hears a faint whisper behind his ear. You still smell just right. Still watching, but not subscribed. A lot of effort goes into making these videos. When you subscribe and share, it keeps me motivated to create more. So please, make sure to subscribe.